welcome back to my channel. Today I have the president of FansUnite here, Darius. Thanks so much for taking the time to do this interview.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so let's just start it off. Darius, just can you give us a background and like what you do?
Yeah. I mean, my story is a little bit long-winded, so I'll try to keep it high level. But I started out my career in accounting. So I worked at KPMG for a few years, 11, and I started my first kind of company when I was at KPMG. So when I got designated, I got my accounting designation. I left to go work full time on the first iteration of FansUnite, which was an awesome experience. Took me around the world. We ended up moving to Colorado for 5 months. We went through an accelerated program down there called Boomtown, which was amazing. Got to work with some of the top, mentors and entrepreneurs in the state. And we came out of that in 2016, and we were fortunate enough to actually sell the company. So we sold the company in 2016. That was the first exit I had, in the tech space. And in 2018, decided, we want to get into real money gaming. So we started out, new FansUnite, brought on a team. We raised, I think, 4.5 million back then, and just put our heads down for a couple of years and started building out technology for the sports betting industry. And then obviously, fast forward to 2020, went public earlier on this year. We've done 3 financings to date, a couple acquisitions. So been a very busy year for us.
Nice. Can you talk about what is Fans and how it all kind of works?
For sure, yeah. So we're a sports betting company, really focused on the technology side of things. So building out, a full iGaming suite for the entire industry, from esports, traditional sports betting, as well as casino games. So we have 3 arms to our business. One's B2C, which is platforms that we own, that we run, that we market. Our flagship being McBookie, the UK sportsbook focusing on the Scottish market. And then we have the B2B business, which is really the blue sky, which is a technology that we've been building over the 5 to 7 years called the community platform. And this is, a full suite iGaming platform. We get operators on board, whether they're piggybacking off our licenses or they have their own licenses, and we get them up and running for traditional sportsbook, esports sportsbook, as well as casino. And then we just launched our own game where we're building in-house casino games. Got a couple under our belt now, looking to build out a suite of about 10 by the end of the year. And then as a publicly traded company, we're always looking at M&A transactions. So looking to buy that, new McBookie 2.0 or new technology, or finding a company with a good user base that we think we can really put some fuel on the fire.
Nice. So you recently just raised a bunch of money. I believe it was around 13 million. What are you planning on doing with that?
Yeah, so it's mostly for us about growth now. So we spent, again, years building technology. So now we think we're in a position for global growth. We've got infrastructure and licensing in place now in a lot of the jurisdictions that we want to operate. So it's about focusing on growing those B2C brands, McBookie, our Brazilian brand called Vamos. It's about bringing on new clients to use the technology. We want to bring on as many operators as we can, not just in Latin America, but in Europe as well as the US market. So that's going to be a big focus for us. And as mentioned, the games division. So we have 2 games done. We're in final testing for our 3rd and our 4th right now. We want to get to a suite of about 10 games by the end of this year. So it's a lot of focus on our own internal assets right now. That's the plan. And then we're always looking at M&A as well. So, but again, mostly focused on internal assets.
Okay. And then so is that your biggest focus right now? Or what would you say is kind of the main goal?
Yeah, biggest focus, continuing to build technology. The majority of our kind of burn is still technology developers, and we're actually aggressively hiring some more. So we always want to kind of build and innovate and give our clients, a brand new suite of toys to play with. So technology for sure is the kind of main focus, and then getting as many people using that technology as possible.
Okay. And how fast can you grow? Like, what would it take to become a big player like DraftKings?
Yeah, I mean, you looked at kind of what we've done since the merge, since August, and it's been incredible. Signing 2 global partnerships, with GameCode to get us into the US market, with Pinnacle to bring in the best kind of esports odds. We had a record month on McBookie. We've gotten licenses in Malta. So it's been very busy. I think we're growing really fast. I think we have a team to be able to, execute on our global vision here. So we've grown quite a bit since August. We have a lot of room to grow. We have a lot of cash in the bank now, which is great. So we can really focus on execution and growth. But the market, the industry as a whole, right? We're just at the beginning here, tip of the iceberg of what sports betting can be, especially with the US market opening up. So we think we can grow super fast, and I think we have the team to do it.
Yeah, I agree. Are you integrating Bitcoin into betting, and when could we see that?
Yeah, so we were actually one of the very early adopters in the crypto space. When we started building our technology in 2018, we were actually building on the Ethereum platform to be able to use cryptocurrencies. We've mostly focused it to fiat currency right now, but we do take Bitcoin as a payment option in certain jurisdictions. So yeah, we don't take the bets via Bitcoin, but you can deposit via Bitcoin to load up your account to make bets.
Okay. Will you accept betting with Bitcoin eventually, or no? Just because of the legal aspect of that.
Um, to be determined. We definitely have a good kind of group of legal counsel that helps us navigate these issues. But we believe that it's going to be a global currency, so down the road. So we'll definitely make sure we adapt and are able to take currencies like that in the future.
That's nice to see you guys adapting to new changes. When can we expect to see the close of the UK license?
Yeah, so I mean, any regulatory body, we can kind of give our best guesses, but you just never know what's going to come up. And obviously, the UK is the gold standard for licensing. So
Yeah.
we have a good tool that's being through multiple tier one jurisdictions on licensing. So we're pretty good at navigating these things. Our goal is by early April, we're going to have our UK licenses, both from a B2C perspective as well as a software supply license.
Okay. What would you say are some major goals you have set for the company for 2021?
Yeah, so some of the same things we spoke about. So first of all, on the McBookie platform, a lot of growth there is what we're expecting. We doubled the revenue from 2019 to 2020. We want to double it again in 2021. And the cool thing about McBookie is our dev team is very focused on switching out their technology to get our own technology there as a platform. So that's again part of the UK license. Get the UK license, switch out their technology. That's going to save us a ton of money, grow them on the top line. And then this year is really cool because the Euro Cup is happening, and Scotland for the first time in I think over 20 years has made a major championship. So it's going to be huge for Scotland. They're in a cool group as well. It's going to be hopefully very marketable. So we have a big goal of getting new users and getting more volume and hopefully break some more records on the McBookie platform. And then on the B2B side, with our multi-licenses in place, with the partnership with Gameco in the US, it's about getting more clients on board. So we've signed our first deal with the Skyute Casino in Colorado. We want to get more state-regulated esports sports books launched, and hopefully get those guys looking at all our products, so we can service them not just esports but also traditional sports betting as well as casinos. So and then the games division, of course, we want to get to 10 games. That's kind of the goal for 2021.
Nice. What are some key differences between you and competitors?
Yeah, so a lot of people compare us to a lot of those big US companies, and they see us as a smaller kind of lower entry point, which I think is fair. We don't really see those guys as competitors, really. They're spending tens or hundreds of $millions, and they're focusing on their own B2C brands. For us as a company, we really focus on the technology. So we want to be the back-end solution. We want to be the technology, and you're seeing a lot of consolidation in this space right now. DraftKings obviously bought SB Tech. They wanted to bring technology in-house. Bally's bought BetWorks. GAN, I think, bought CoolBet. So a lot of technology is being acquired right now. So I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity for us to come in there and service a lot of other customers who are looking for technology. So although those guys are absolute giants in the space, and we hope we can get there one day, we wouldn't see them too much as competitors because we're really focused on technology, and they're focused on spending millions of dollars acquiring customers.
Yeah. Would you be into getting bought out by one of those companies, or would you be more into climbing the ladder and building up your company?
Yeah, we're obviously, if there's acquisition offers, we have a duty, to our shareholders to take a look at those. But for now, we're focused on growth. We think we have a lot of room to expand. We're just getting started with getting new customers on board. So we want to get as many as we can using our technology. That's going to really hopefully bring shareholder value and shareholder growth. So definitely focus on becoming a cash cow and getting our technology in the hands of as many operators as we can globally.
Okay, nice. With the interactive part of your casino games, like the cartoon kind of games, do people review them and play them before they go live, or do you just have them go live and then you get feedback after while people are playing, kind of thing? I was just curious on that.
Yeah, so we have a really cool team out in Malta, our game design team, and they have storyboards of all these different game concepts and game designs. So we have a lot in the pipeline right now, and it's a pretty rigorous process to get those completed. The different teams that come in from the math and Q&A and testing. Even members of our own team, we're always kind of playing our games and seeing how they play, finding out the bugs. So we do a lot of kind of in-house testing. We've been testing our third game right now for over a month, make sure we iron out all the kinks. And then it goes into our own sports book first, which we get, again, more of our own players playing it before it hopefully goes out to all the different sports books around the world through our partnerships and through our aggregators. So bit of a process, but we're getting games done pretty quick here, and we're getting a lot of great feedback on them. So we're pretty excited about the games division.
Nice. Okay. That wraps up the interviews. Thanks so much for your time and being able to do this with me. I really appreciate it.
No, absolutely, man. Appreciate being on, and happy to do this again.
Thanks. Talk to you soon.